about the next experiment called power divider. Look here, this is the power divider. So power divider is a 3-port microwave bus device. This is the port 1, this is the port 2, this is the port 3. In this experiment, you are going to learn about how to find the power loss or power division between port 1 and port 2, as well as port 1 and port 3. So this is the first aim. Second aim of this experiment is to find isolation loss. For example, look here, port 2 and port 3 are isolated ports. This is not the connecting with each other. So feeding the input at port 2, we can measure the output at port 3. So the loss obtained between these two ports is called as isolation loss. Now we concentrate on first power division between the ports or power loss between the ports. See, we are going to find the power loss between the port 1 and port 2 as P1I dash minus P2S dash is the power loss between the port 1 and port 2. See, by finding the power loss or the power division between port 1 and port 2, we should terminate this port using this matching load. This is the matching load. So we can terminate like this. Understood? We can terminate like this. And feed the input power here. Understood? And measure the output power at this end. Now I will explain how to find the input power. So look here. To find the input power, we should connect we should go for the direct connection. Means this is the P end, this is the P end, and this should be the Q end. Connect P and Q directly. Connect P and Q directly like this. So after this, what you can do, set the first value of the VSWR to minus 55 decibels. Look here, this is 60. I keep this at 50 range. And now switch on the RF power and set the VSWR to minus 55. Look here. So minus 55. Look here. You can set this minus 55 by using this RF power level. So once you set this minus 55 decibels VSWR reading at 2.20. Look here. This is 2.20. The frequency value is 2.20. Now increase the frequency. Understood? And note down the VSWR readings. So once you set the first reading as minus 55 decibels using the RF power level, then don't touch this RF power level. So for this, the first part of the experiment like power division between the port 1 and 2 as well as port 1 and 3. So now look here, I am increasing the frequency in terms of 10 gigahertz, 0.1 gigahertz. Look here. Now 2.3. So what is the VS output power? Output power decreases because earlier it was minus 55, now it becomes minus 56 decibels. See, like this, the output power varies as the frequency varying from 2.2 to 2.8 gigahertz, 2.8 gigahertz like this. So note down this value. Okay. So after this, after taking the readings up to 2.8 gigahertz, so look here, if it is coming like this, you have to vary this one. This is at 2.7 gigahertz. At 2.7 gigahertz, the value is minus 49 decibels. Okay. So like this, you can take the readings. After that, so take this frequency back to the 2.2 gigahertz. Back to 2.2. Back to 2.2. Understood? After this also you can change the variation to 50. Now switch off the RF power and remove the direct connection. Now connect P end to this port 1 of the power divider. Measure the output power at the port 2. Look here, this is the port 2. I hope you are following. So we can measure the power at the port 2 for the different frequency ranges and match this port 3. Look here students, you already tabulated the readings of the input for the different frequency ranges or different frequency values by connecting P and Q directly. So now we inserted the power divider. Now at 2.2, what is the output power measured at the input port minus 55 decibels. Is it right? Minus 55 decibels is measured at this port. Now we can measure what is the output power at the port 2. So look here, this is the 1 minute, we have to switch on the RF power. So now what is the output power? So output power is minus 54.9. So minus 54.9 is the output power, that is P2S at the input power of minus 55 decibels. So like that, vary the frequencies in terms of 0.1 gigahertz and note down the output power. This is your P2S. Now this is P2S. You already noted down the input readings by direct connection. See, for the 2.3 input power already noted down. Now find out the output power. What is the output power? So like this, we can measure the output powers at the different frequency readings. See, at 2.7 you are getting like this. Then what is that? Increase the frequency, increase the VSWR level so that you can observe the reading. So after this, so find out the corrected value using this calibration graph. Using the calibration graph, we can find out the corrected reading for the VSWR reading, and then we find the power loss between the port 1 and the port 2. Okay. So using the same procedure, so we can also find the power loss between the port 1 and port 3. By that time, we should match this port and measure the output power at this port using the same procedure. Means you have to take the frequency back to 2.2 gigahertz, switch off the RF power, then remove this connection, then connect this output at the port 3, match the port 2, understood? You will get the output power at the port 3. And then find out the corrected readings for the VSWR you obtained, and then find the power loss between the port 1 and the port 3 using the relation P1I dash minus P3S dash. P1I dash minus P3S dash is the power loss or power division between the port 1 and port 3. Got it? So this is the first part of this experiment. Second part of the experiment means, so you have to remove this connection and set first initial reading at minus 48 decibels by connecting P and Q directly, understood? Because that is the isolation loss. We are going to find the isolation loss in the part 2. So then set input power to minus 48 decibels. Then at 2.2 gigahertz, later vary the frequency, note down the input readings at the various frequency ranges. So then what you can do, insert this power divider and connect input at port 2 and output at port 3, match this port, understood? You will get P3S for the input values of P2 high. Then difference of P2 high dash minus P3S dash, which gives you the isolation loss between the port 2 and port 3 of the power divider. Okay, that's all about this experiment. Thank you.
Dear students, now we are moving on to the next experiment, that is power divider. So what is the power divider? So which is 3-port device. Power divider is an 3-port microcapacitor device. The aim of this experiment is to measure the power loss between the ports or power division as well as isolation characteristics of the microstrip 3 dB power divider. The components required for this experiments are power divider, it's an 3-port device, VSWR meter, SMA cable, coaxial cable or probe, and attenuator pads. So look here. So I will show you the block diagram for this power divider, which consisting of an microsignal generator, then attenuator pads, and see, look here, this is the direct connection, P and Q, coaxial detector, VSWR meter. So dear students, in the power divider we are going to find the power division between the ports. As you know, I will show you here. Look here. This is the power divider. So it is a 3-port device. This is the port 1, this is the port 2, another is the port 3. So here, out of these ports, first we have to find out the input power for the various frequencies. Then we can measure the output power at the port 2 for the inputs at different frequencies by terminating the third port. Next, find out the output power at the port 3 by terminating this port for the different values of the input power. So first we can go for the direct connections. First we can connect P and Q directly and set the frequency of the signal generated 2.2 GHz, 2.3 GHz and set the VSWR value. First VSWR value to minus 155 decibels. Okay, later vary the frequency of the signal generator. Understood? Correspondingly on the VSWR value, that is the output, that is the input power at the various frequencies. So after that, take this signal generator back to 2.3 GHz, remove the direct connections, insert this power divider in between the port P and in between P and Q, connect P to the input port, that is port 1, and connect Q to the output port 2 and terminate the another port. So next, note down the output power at port 2 for the input power at 2.3 GHz. Okay, 2.3 GHz frequency. Like that, you can note down the output power at port 2 for the different values of the frequency up to 2.8 GHz. Okay, similarly, find out the output power at port 3 by terminating this port for the same values of the inputs. Same input means for the same values of the frequencies. So then we can find out what is that? Then we can find out the actual input power and actual output power at port 2 and port 3 using the calibration graph. Then we can find out the power loss between the port 1 and port 2 as P1I dash minus P2S dash. Similarly, power loss between the port 1 and port 3 as P1I dash and P3S dash. Okay, this is about the power loss between the ports. Next, we are going to find out the isolation between the ports. See, out of 3 ports in the power divider, port number 2 and port number 3 are the isolated ports. So you have to give the input power at port number 2 and measure the output power at port number 3. Got my point? Same procedure. First find out the input power, which means P2 high. We call it as P2 high because we are giving the P. We are connecting P to the port number 2 of the power divider for the finding the isolation loss. Understood? And measure the input power at various frequencies. So afterwards insert power divider and measure the output power at port number 3 for the different values of the inputs at port number 2 for the different frequency ranges. Okay, this is how, and finally we can find out the actual value of the input power and the output power. Here P3S is the output power because we can measure the output power at port number 3 and we are applying the input power at port number 2, that is your P2 high. This P2 dash is the actual power of the actual power. We can find out this actual power using the calibration graph. Understood? Then the difference of P1I dash and P2S dash, which P2, so here look here, this is P2I dash minus P3S dash, which gives the isolation loss between the port number 2 and port number 3. So thank you for watching this video.